Hello, ladies. Hello, hello, hello. Amazing. Let me take a moment to share this video to our group. Make sure you're in our free Facebook group. It's called Macro Tracking and Weightlifting for Women. We share loads of tips, tricks, free resources. We're definitely here to serve you and support you with wherever you are in your journey to create the fit, fierce, feminine body you love and be super fit and healthy for the rest of your life. Amazing. There it is. Okay. Let me just go ahead and share this over. And I feel like I never know how to do this because normally my assistant helps me, but she's in a meeting. So let me try to share it like this. Okay. Beautiful. So this is an amazing question. We actually had, and please say hello as you're coming on so I can say hello to you. We actually had a client ask us, so pin to feature. Okay. We had a client ask us this question. I think this is an amazing question and a question that so many women have. And so I do have some notes, but honestly, I'm the type of speaker that I like to just speak with very little preparation because it's more like a conversation versus like, okay, let me get my script, right? So I'm going to read the question that she posted. This is Miss Eileen. And hello, Eileen. I assume that you're on here. I'm so glad you asked this question. She said, is there a way to know what your goal weight should be, right? What do I know? I've always had a bad relationship with a scale. And in my head, I should be between 118 and 120 pounds. However, my body seems to hit that and then immediately rebound to 122. With that said, in working with Shelby, which is one of our trainers, Queens of Iron, and loving muscle, maybe I should just listen to my body. This is a great question. So I do have some bullet points, and let's just have a conversation. So any questions or thoughts that come up, feel free to comment them, and then I'll either talk about it on the live or we can talk about it later and I'll comment back. Okay. The first thing I want to share, and I will share a very personal story as well, because I've experienced this recently. Okay, so the first thing I would say to do is put the scale away, look in the mirror, and say, how do I feel in my body? Like, how do I feel in my body right now? A really great trick you can do, which I've had to do myself, is I would say, okay, if I looked like this at this number, how do I feel? If I look like this at this number, how do I feel? If it changes, then you know you're actually basing how you feel on the scale, right? So put the scale absolutely away and just put your clothes on or, put a sports bra and underwear on, look in the mirror, feel out your body and just say, how do I feel in my skin right now? That's it. Just how do I feel? Non-judgmental. How do I feel in my skin right now? Okay. That really should be for sure what you base it on far more than the scale. I'm actually going to share a quick story and then I'll go into the rest of my bullets. Not too long ago, this year, I went really hard in my training. I got down to about 15% body fat. I was shredded, like completely shredded. I have a lot of muscle mass. I gained quite a bit of muscle, which was crazy. I was eating like 3,000 calories, staying the same weight, maintenance, but I was just shredding up like crazy. Like I lost basically all the body fat I would ever want to lose. And I had to eat really on point food quality, food timing, balance and spacing my food. I was training a ton. I was doing a ton of Stairmaster, and I looked amazing. However, as a single mom, it took so much out of my life, and it was like we couldn't go out to eat really anymore. There was so much focus on the food to stay that low. I was like, man, this is kind of taking away from my quality of life to stay this shredded. And so I decided, I'm not going to say this shredded because I wanted a bit of the trade-off for the lifestyle. I wanted more lifestyle, right? So I'm like, okay, I don't mind sitting at 17% body fat, maybe 18% body fat. I probably wouldn't go higher than that because I like to be super fit. It's way more comfortable in your body to be super fit, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to allow myself to go up to 18% body fat. I'm not as shredded. I can pinch a teeny bit of belly fat, which is that the most comfortable? Not always, right? Especially when you're super fit. but I wanted the lifestyle. But here's what happened. I gained like 5 pounds of muscle during that time. My body naturally gains muscle very easily. So what happened when I put back on some healthy body fat, this scale went up higher than I was comfortable with mentally. I'm like, okay, this is not okay. And my mental game, being a professional in this industry for 15 years, my mental game still spiked. And the negative self-talk happened. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is not okay. And I was freaking out. And then I said, okay, if the scale said 147, like I've been sitting at for 3 years, not tracking, feeling great. If the scale said that and I looked like this, how would I be feeling in my brain? And I would say, I'd feel amazing. And then I'm like, okay, so the fact that it says 152, you're freaking out right now because you feel like you've gained weight. Oh, is that because last time you were 152, you were pudgy? Yeah, it was, right? So it was this is, hey love, yeah, I'll answer your question in just a sec, Eileen, I see you. So it was this mental game of, okay, I gained a lot of muscle. I now have a healthy body fat percentage, which 15% is very healthy as well. But again, I like to go out to eat like multiple times per week. That's something fun me and my son do. So naturally, you're going to have a little bit more body fat. So it was finding this trade-off of I'm a leader for clients, I'm a leader for my team, I'm a leader for my family, and I can have a fun lifestyle. And the scale is going to be up a little bit because I gained a solid amount of muscle during that time. I don't want to gain any more muscle. I just want to maintain at this point in my life, right? So it was this crazy mental game. And the point of me sharing that with you is to have you see it's okay to trade off a little bit in lifestyle, depending on what you want, because it's not just about being shredded. It's about where do I feel my fittest, my healthiest, my best, and have all this mental health through a lifestyle that brings me joy, right? It's not just about being tiny, okay? So you got to go by how you feel mentally, physically, and emotionally, not just by the number. And if the number is affecting you emotionally, which it does for most of us, put the scale away and start going by your clothes. Like for me personally, I like to be in a size 4 to 6. If I'm above that, that's not okay for me. I'll eliminate the lifestyle, right? Personal preference. Someone else might love a 10, right? It's completely personal preference and only you can decide that. So I'm going to pull up Eileen's comment. And actually, I had another client who I was just talking to this about as well. So she said, and I'll talk about that in a sec. She said, how do you know where to go? How do you know your body fat and what is a good body fat to still see muscle? It's very person dependent because ladies, it's not just about losing weight, because if you lose weight and you're not filled out with muscle, it does not look good and it doesn't feel good. Women say all the time, I thought I'd look better than this by now. I put in all this work. And it's like, it's because you need to fill out. You need to stop doing so much cardio. You need to get on a physique shaping lifting program and fill outwards, right? Your shoulders, your back, your glutes, your legs, your hamstrings, right? Things like that. So with the body fat percentage, I would recommend either a DEXA scan or an InBody 770. I would not recommend the earlier models of the InBody. I would do the InBody scan 770. You can, if you go on InBody.com, I think it's InBody.com, you can do a locator and then you can set the preference to say InBody 770. I feel like they're way more accurate. I did the 500 series, 30 seconds apart between tests, and it was an 1% body fat increase. I'm like, okay, I will never trust that again. But the 770 was very on point the whole time. So a good body fat to still see muscle is really going to depend on the person. Okay. I know some thick women, really thick women. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm 16% body fat. I'm like, how on earth are you 16% body fat when yes, you're very fit, but you're not like toned and chiseled and all these things. She didn't do physique shaping. She did more like straight compound lifts, explosive lifts, like CrossFit, things like that. That type of lifting, it's amazing. It produces a very different body type than physique shaping. right? Every style of lifting creates something different. Eileen, because you are on Physique Shaping Lifting Program, which is amazing. Man, love, I would say go get an InBody or a DEXA, but I would say the InBody 770. Go get an InBody, see where you're at now, and then let's reassess and say, Eileen, I'm going to pull up your pictures really quick. I will not show them. I just want to look at them really quick. Ladies, it's so hard to say just like a general statement because, oh my gosh, everybody's bodies are so very different. Me and Sierra, she's a coach here. Here, let me pull you up really quick, Eileen. Our body fat percentage was the exact same and our bodies looked drastically different. It was insane. It was insane. And so 18% on me may look very shredded, but 16% on someone else might look the same. I don't know why that is at this time. I really have no idea why that is. Let me see, Eileen. Oh my gosh, love, you look so freaking good. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ladies, this is such a hard thing. Eileen, to be honest, so I'm going to talk a little bit about your physique, but I won't share like your pictures. I won't share too much identifying information. So what I can see in her pictures is extremely defined back, extremely defined arms, flat belly. I understand a little bit of the low belly. You probably want to bring it in. Beautiful glutes. And I can see definition in your quads, which is hard to get for a woman, right? And I can see the pop in your hammy. Okay. I know you really want abs. I know you really want abs. Okay. I see you to block the face to share, but I don't want to do it on the live because I'd have to put you in Canva. But what I would say for you is actually to keep growing muscle. And if here, let me look at your weight. If this is your 122, yep. I actually wouldn't say that you need to drop weight. I would say that you need to keep building muscle mass. And depending on your macros, you could even do that in maintenance or maybe a little bit of a deficit. Yeah, stay in a deficit for a little bit more. But I wouldn't say that you need to go down to the 118. I don't think that it's weight that you need to lose. I think that it's muscle that you need to grow to go outwards. I hope that's making sense, ladies. So many times we feel like I need to keep dropping. I need to keep dropping. I need to keep dropping. It's like that might not actually be the case because in maintenance calories, which I know you're not yet, love, in maintenance calories, you're building muscle. You're still shedding fat. You're becoming a smaller version of yourself. Women who say I'm gaining weight in maintenance, then you're not in maintenance. You're in a surplus. Women who say I'm gaining weight in a reverse diet. When you increase macros and the scale goes up, that's normal. Your cells retain water, your body's getting used to it, and it needs to regulate, but it will come back down. If you're in a reverse diet and the scale is going up and up and up and up and up, you're not doing the reverse diet properly. In a reverse diet, you should not gain any fat at all. In maintenance, you should not gain any fat at all. In maintenance, the scale stays the same. Measurements drop every 3 to 5 weeks or so, meaning you're gaining muscle and you're losing fat at the same time. So the scale is staying the same, but your measurements are dropping because you're losing fat. You're becoming a tighter, more fit version of you. Okay. So Eileen, honestly, what I would say for you, love, is, and actually I'll talk to you privately. I can talk with you and Shelby too after this. But I would say let's almost consider going to maintenance soon so you can keep building more mass, maybe a few more weeks in the deficit, right? To just help get that teeny tiny bit of low belly off, right? But then I would say, let's do reverse, keep you at 122, as long as you're feeling comfortable here, but you look amazing. Oh yeah, good. You're working towards maintenance needed energy. Perfect. I think that's the perfect space for you. And then hang out in maintenance. Does it take time? It does. And I know we want it right away. But oh my gosh, like maintenance is an amazing place because you get to eat more, you have more energy, you're building more muscle, which helps fill out, right? Which helps fill out. Keep your food quality super high because let's say two women exactly equal in everything, which we know is not real, but hypothetically, two women exactly equal in absolutely everything. If one woman has low quality food, processed food, eating out more, honestly, alcohol, not very many fruits and vegetables, not much fiber, compared to the woman with lots of fruits and veggies, lean proteins, good amount of fiber, healthy sources, she's going to have a far tighter and better physique and way healthier energy, or way higher energy levels, healthier hormone regulation, so much more than the woman who doesn't. If you're drinking alcohol, Eileen, I would say you may want to cut it out for a little bit until those abs start popping, and then you can slowly work it back in, right? Is alcohol part of some people's quality of life? Sure, do your thing, right? I mean, whatever you want to do. But does it affect fat loss? Unfortunately, it does, right? Not a make or break, but it does for sure affect the fluffiness. It's just the weirdest thing. It's just softer and fluffier when you drink alcohol. We've seen it time and time and time and time again. You can still shed fat, you can still build muscle, you can still be healthy, you can still do your things, but there's a little more splish. It's just the strangest thing. Give me just a sec, Jennifer. So my next point here is, what is your depiction of your dream physique? And ladies, I know we talk about physique shaping and contouring and all this stuff a lot. Within that, obviously, but I don't think it's obvious, I want to share it. At Queens of Iron, is our main priority long-term health, quality of life, whole foods, injury prevention, functional strength? Of course, of course. But we also take it a step further and build and shape your dream body so you love the skin that you're in a way you can maintain long term. So do I talk a lot about physique and appearance? Of course. It's extremely empowering to feel wildly confident in your own skin. That version of you can never happen if you're not fully and 100% confident in your own body. I've experienced both sides. It's amazing. We see women every single day go from feeling, yeah, I'm pretty confident, like I feel good, I mean, I don't feel like I'm lacking confidence, or they say I'm lacking confidence, to, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this level of confidence existed. This is insane. And their whole life explodes in a positive direction because they're like, bam, bam, I feel amazing in everything I put on. Like, that's a whole new world of living. And so we specialize in physique shaping and body recomposition, right? So I do talk about that a lot. But as a company, we obviously very much focus on quality of life, okay? And health and hormones and all that. Okay. So what's the depiction of your dream body? Is it, I know you want to see your abs, right? So it could just be like, I just want to see my abs popping, right? If your abs are popping and the scale is 125, would you love the skin you're in? Probably, yeah, right? Bam, case in point that shows, okay, wait a second, maybe I can take this scale away. And Eileen, if you want to do your check-ins without the scale, that is so fine. That is so fine. Some women do that because the scale can really mess with their head. So if you want to put it aside, that's okay. And we can focus on measurements and how you feel and look in your skin and in your photos, right? I hope I'm answering this question well. Eileen, let me know if this is helping or if this is not helping. One more thing, Jennifer, and then I'll get back to you, okay? So the next thing, you said to me, or you said in the comment, I get to 118 or 120, and then I rebound to 122. Why is that? Should I listen to my body, or should I really try to stay down there? There's two answers to this. There's actually three. The first one, I think I'm going to go first with mental state, okay? The first state is it self-sabotage, right? Is it I'm getting there and then I'm not following my macros and then it's popping up? If that's the case, it's usually not your body saying it needs to go up. It's usually a root issue in the inner woman that needs to happen. Oddly enough, and I think so many of you will say, oh, that's not me, but you'd be surprised actually how much it is. Women get there and then we dig and 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 finally uncover a root that they don't think they deserve it. It's insane. It's like, my husband's not that fit, or my sister's not that fit, or something in life that subconsciously, whether you realize it or not, makes you feel like, I shouldn't be there. I experienced this with finances, actually. I worked 100 hours per week for years to build this company because all this stuff happened in my life. My ex-husband cheated on me, got another woman pregnant, and left my infant son and I by ourselves, never contacted us again. And that was after we decided I would get out of the military to rely on his income. So I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. So I have no money, nowhere to live, a brand new infant, and I have no relationship with my family. Okay, thank God I know how to train, right? This is what I've been doing for 15 years, even in the military. And so I'm like, I'm just going to stay up all night and just build this business until I can run it or until it's providing for my family. And that's what I did. But then naturally, because we get women amazing results and they feel amazing in their body, we have a lot of clients, right? We have 4 trainers, right? And I started making more money than my parents, than my siblings, than my friends. And I actually self-sabotaged my business because I was like, I shouldn't be successful because other people around me aren't that successful. Oh, wait, I'm actually putting in 5 times the work that you are and sacrificing my whole life to build this company and to serve women. But a whole year of self-sabotaging this company happened. And I was like, no, I can't take any more clients. I just can't take any more, right? How rude, because those women needed help, right? But it was subconscious belief that I didn't realize that was there. That was like, I don't deserve this because everyone around me isn't successful. I don't deserve this. Get in a bigger circle. Get in a more elevated circle, right? First of all. But it took working on the inner woman to say, no, I'm going to keep climbing and keep serving women, even when other people around me aren't putting in the work, because I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve my family. I'm here to serve women. The same thing happens in fitness all the time, especially as sweet mothers. It happens all the time. My kids are having a hard time in school. How dare I look and feel incredible? Sadly, that really happens. It's crazy that we care so much, right? So if it's mental, really dig, ask yourself why am I eating that? Why am I going over macros? Why am I thinking that? Why am I feeling that? Journal it all out, baby, over and over and over and over and over and over and over until you find that root. Bam, then you can start to heal it. It will radically change your life. So that's what I'll say about self-sabotage. There's 100% of the time a root cause of why you're doing that. The actions are the symptom, not the root. Overeating is not the problem. It's not the problem. There's something inside that's the problem that must be addressed and changed and healed. Then the overeating naturally goes away. It's insane. And it's every time. It's with everything. You self-sabotage relationships, romantic relationships. Something is wrong in here. It's not you. You can have successful relationships. Healing must take place first. Guilty of that one as well. Oh, life. Okay. Now, but my second cause is if you keep rebounding, it could be like myself, the lifestyle. It could be like, you know what? I like eating out a lot. And so I'm willing to sacrifice a few pounds and to not be as tight and shredded to go enjoy my lifestyle more. And that's okay. That's okay. Because that is equally a part of a very quality of life, not just shreddedness, right? Holistic health. Holistic health. Okay. There was a third one about rebounding. I think I'll stick with those two. Yeah, that's probably really. Any other questions or thoughts? Keep them coming. I'll stay on here as long as you guys need. My kid's in school now, so I got all this time back. Okay, Miss Jennifer. I'm so glad you're here. Another one of our clients. She said, how do you know whether you're gaining fat or muscle? Yeah, good question. Jennifer, for you, because you have us as your coaches in a reverse diet, we'll make sure, excuse me, we'll make sure that you're not gaining fat, right? Because we'll do the reverse diet properly. So there's that. But the second thing is, yes, the in-body scans. But the third thing is, after like, okay, this is conservative. After like 2 to 3 weeks, how do you feel in your body? that first week of an increase, you might feel fluffy and not good at all. It's like period bloat. It sucks. And it's like, what happened? I was doing all the right things and now I'm gaining all this weight. No, you're not. No, you're not. Give it a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then how do you feel in your skin, right? So you can go by how do your clothes fit? How do you look in the mirror? Obviously, you're going to be gaining muscle, right? As long as you're, I mean, I know you follow the lifts. As long as you're lifting with intention, which I know you do, you're pushing, you're increasing your weight, things like that, okay? If you're gaining fat, in women, usually there's actually 3 places that it usually, for most women, not all, goes on first. Your legs, your booty, and your low belly, right? So like, let's say suddenly you can pinch more in your low belly after 1, 2 to 3 weeks, then you're gaining fat, right? Let's say, man, here's another tricky one though, because there's always an exception. Here's another tricky one. We have had crazy conversations about the Stairmaster, right? We love the Stairmaster. We've talked about this. It's crazy how impactful the Stairmaster is. Like, it's insane, okay? For the glute hand tie specifically. Women whose, so like, here's your pelvis. If your lower body kind of goes like this, right? So like the sides of your butt or the sides of like, it's like kind of below your butt, your thigh. If they like kind of go out like this, it's not muscle, right? It's fat. You can kind of squish that a little bit more. Oddly enough, you still might be gaining muscle, but fat may be going on there if your training changed a little bit. Like when I stopped doing the Stairmaster 7 days a week, a little bit of that fat came back. But I did also gain a little bit of fat because I decided to allow myself to go back to about 18% body fat, because that's where my lifestyle's really comfortable. So I would say there's a lot of key areas you can kind of poke. And it's like, okay, is that fat back? Is it because of my macros, or is it because I stopped training that area and so fat is sitting there? Does that make sense? It's a little bit tricky, but I would say, yeah, it's like, where can you pinch fat? You know what I mean? But I know for sure that you are not gaining fat, which is a good thing. I hope that answered your question. Let me know if you have further questions from that. Okay. All right. Ladies, that's all I had for today's topic. And I'm so glad, like a lot of you have stayed with me through this, which means this is an interesting topic. So I'm really happy about that, because I love to serve you. Obviously, it's the point of all of this. So can you guys share some questions? Like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Share it with me. Let me pop on the Facebook group to see if there's comments that I'm not seeing, because I think I'm only seeing on my personal. But if there's more, go ahead and comment. Let's keep talking about it. Oh, one other thing actually I want to share. Okay, I guess you can't even comment on that. One other thing I actually want to share though. What's up? I love it, Dawn. I love seeing all our clients on here. It's so cool. I'm going to share this in Telegram too, ladies, because this is a great question. Like, how do you know? No one can tell you but you, right? How you feel. Put that stupid scale away. Any client, ladies, if you don't want to use the scale, that's fine. We do not need it for check-ins. We do not need it. We just need photos, how you feel, and your measurements, okay? Yeah, it's like, just put that scale away. And it's like, how do I feel in my body? How do I feel in my energy? How do I feel in my lifestyle? Right? So women say, well, how do I know when I get to my goal weight? Good question. Some women, you'll know because you'll look and feel amazing. You'll be like, oh my gosh, this is my dream. I made it. Other women, you need to fill out more, right? You'll get to a really amazing body or weight for you, but you're like, but I don't quite look and feel how I want. We just need to build muscle. We need to fill you out in the right places, right? And so reversing to maintenance and hanging out in maintenance for a solidly long time is a really beautiful space to be. Actually, I'll tangent and I'll talk about a surplus. Every single trainer in the history of the world has a different philosophy. So some women say, how are these macro calculators different? Why does this trainer say this and this trainer says this? Because everyone believes something different. I'll never forget this. I had a trainer that I know that I'm in a coaching program with right now say that the last 20 pounds is vanity weight. And I was like, did I just read that correctly? And it was like, I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it, because if I gained 20 pounds, I guarantee I would feel depressed. I would not be the leader to my staff, my clients, my family that I want to be. I would feel like crap in my clothes. I would lose my confidence. My full personality would not be able to come out because how icky I would feel. Like, that's okay if that's how you feel, because every woman is different. But for me, if I gained 5 pounds, I would be like, hell no, that's not okay. But I have high expectations of myself, and I like to feel amazing in my own body. I like to put on my clothes and not be sitting there like, oh, it's hugging me weird. If I gain 20 pounds, oh my gosh, like I would feel uncomfortable all day long. I've been there. I know what that's like. I've been there. And I'm self-conscious all day long. I would rather not have that emotional weight all day so I can have emotional health for my kid and my staff and my clients and you guys, right? So she's not wrong and I'm not wrong. We're just different people. We're just different people, right? So only you get to choose what's best for you and you feel best. In fact, we've had a client that she loved her curvy, fluffy body at a much higher body fat percentage. I'm like, you go, girl, get it. That's not me, and that's okay. And you're perfectly right, because it's your body, right? So it really just depends on each of you. Surplus. Here's my philosophy on surplus. Do we put women in a surplus? Yes, rarely. We have a woman in a surplus right now. I'm going to show you a picture of her because it's insane. In a surplus, she got tighter. I mean, it's insane. Let me pull it up really quick. I'll share my screen. We don't put women in a surplus often. In fact, it's extraordinarily rare, maybe 3% of clients, okay, in 15 years, maybe 2% of clients. Why don't we do that? Because we're going to lift for the rest of our lives, ladies, right? For the rest of our lives, we're going to lift weights. If I went into a surplus, I would just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't feel good like that. I feel good right now. I want to maintain this forever. I don't want to grow. I don't want to shrink. I want to maintain this forever, right? So if I'm in a surplus, I'm just like gaining more and more muscle, more and more muscle, more and more muscle, more and more muscle. I'm not comfortable that way. I don't look good that way. I don't feel good that way. And it's like, why do we need to rush muscle mass when we're lifting forever? If you're like 50, 48 or more, and you haven't been lifting your life, sure. Okay, we might need to put you in a surplus. If you have like no muscle mass, sure, we might need to put you in a surplus. But I don't think many women really need to be in a surplus. I'm going to share my screen. This is so cool. Where are we? Canva. Okay, see if y'all can see this. I'm going to make this bigger. This is 1 month apart. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Yeah, this is 1 month apart, and she gained a pound. On the right, where you can see her abs, she's 1 pound heavier. What? In a surplus on the right, she's 1 pound heavier than on the left. Same outfit. We are a company of integrity 110% of the time. I would never, freaking ever, Photoshop any picture other than fixing the lighting, because we have our own clients take their photos and not everyone is a photographer and their photos suck sometimes. But all of our pictures are very real life. Just like y'all, if you follow me on Instagram, I share my real life. We do not do highlight reels here because I think that's complete BS and it doesn't help anybody. And in fact, it hurts people's mental health. So we do not do that. So anyway, look at her legs. Look at like her low belly. If you look at her inner thigh, if you all can see, unfortunately you can't see my mouse, but look at her inner thigh. I don't want to say cellulite because it's not like a fun word to say, but what a difference. And she's 1 pound heavier in a surplus. How is that possible? Physique shaping. Physique shaping style of lifting. She lost 8 centimeters and gained a pound in a surplus. Oh, that's still the front photo. You guys, how crazy is that? These are photos she took with her phone. How crazy is that? It's mind-blowing. Look at her back under her sports bra. You guys, it's the exact same outfit. Why? Physique shaping. In a flippin' surplus. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Man, right? Right? Tiffany is like, dude, it's crazy. I know. When I saw her photos, I'm like, dang, girl. She sent Ashley, one of our coaches, she's like, I can't believe this. I'm like, dude, I can't believe that. That's awesome. We put women in a surplus so few and far between that I'm like, dang, let us do a transformation. Let us show women what you can do. Like, ladies, physique shaping is magical. It's magical. Actually, I want to show you one more because I think seeing pictures is the most insane thing ever. I want to show you Arletta. Arletta, you might even be on here, love. You'll probably watch this video because I know you love watching the videos, which I really appreciate your support. Let me scroll down to her really quick. She came to us. Arletta, if I remember correctly, she was either lifting 5 or 6 days a week and she was doing F45. This is 10 freaking weeks difference. And she goes, I don't like what my body looks like. I don't understand. What am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything right. I'm compliant with my macros. I'm lifting every day almost. What's going on? I said, love, you need physique shape. 10-week difference. She took that picture in her closet, which is why her arm is cut off. 10-week difference. 7 pounds, that's it. Isn't that insane? She's still with us. She's been with for like almost 3 years because she's like, dude, this is crazy. I'm like, physique shaping is amazing. Isn't that amazing, you guys? There is no replacement for physique shaping. There's no replacement. What is physique shaping? All that means, ladies, is strategically placing muscle in the right places. That's it. It's not just general fitness, right? And every form of fitness is wonderful because you're moving your body, you're growing muscle, you're improving your heart health. Every form of exercise is a good thing. It's a good thing. We are that last 1% where it's like, no, I want to look and feel like this, a very specific feminine shape. Every physique competitor in the entire world, every bodybuilder in the entire flipping world utilizes physique shaping. They have to. Duh, right? They're shaping their body specifically with strategy. CrossFit. Is that physique shaping? Not at all. What does it do? Explosiveness, power. That's what it's designed for. That's what it's designed for. YouTube programs. Are they great for general population? Definitely. Will they ever get you anywhere near what physique shaping can do? Not even close. I'm going to show you guys one more picture. I know I'm just chatting, but I love talking to you guys. And it's so cool because I think so many feel like, why can't my body get there? It's not you. It's not your body. You just need the right program. This is Melissa, still with us. 5 weeks. That's it. 3.5 pounds. On the left, Caroline Gerving Iron Series. On the right, Queens of Iron Physique Shaping. 5 weeks. This one also blew me away. I'm like, holy crap, Melissa. That's crazy. 5 weeks. Did the right macros help her? Of course. But dude, that's like a month. It's like a month. Here's the back. Look at her butt. Look at her butt. Look at the size of her butt. How insane is that? As a reminder, for those of you who are just getting on, Queens of Iron is a company of the utmost integrity forever. I will never, ever, ever Photoshop a photo outside of helping with lighting because they take their own photos and they're really bad sometimes. Not their fault, right? They're not professional photographers. Isn't that freaking insane? Physique shaping, you guys, it changes everything. It's so worth it. General fitness on the left, physique shaping on the right. 5 freaking weeks. Arletta, like I just showed you her, after 4 weeks, She was like, my clothes fit amazing. I don't understand. I'm like, well, you didn't have that much body fat to lose. And so I think the reshape happened really quickly. But 4 weeks difference, she knows the big difference. Actually, last thing I'll share. I like to be the client of programs a solid amount of time because I like to not think about my own program. Denise, give me just a second, love. And Tiffany, yeah, give me just a second. Yeah, give me just a second. These are awesome questions. Thank you, ladies, for asking questions. I love it. But also, I like to see, is there anywhere we can improve? Like, I like to be the client. So I'm like, okay, what do I like about this program? What do I like about the communication? What do I not? How can I sharpen up our program? That type of thing. I signed up for a very high level program, world champion athlete level program. And in 4 weeks, I said, okay, I hate how my body is shaping. I'm like, I don't understand what's happening. And so I wrote it out and I kept on. After 3 months, I quit the program. I paid in full and I quit the program. So I was so frustrated. I'm like, how dare you shape my body so poorly? I'm like, I couldn't believe it. It was so sad and so frustrating. But it made me realize, because when Arletta messaged me 4 weeks later, she's like, I love how my clothes fit. I'm like, really? Like 4 weeks? That's really all it took? That's crazy. But then I experienced the opposite. In just 4 weeks, I was like, I look like crap and I feel like crap and my clothes fit like crap and I feel disgusting. I don't understand what happened. When volume is not properly placed, it's horrible. I used to be a body pump instructor way back in the day. I did body pump. I was on the Olympic weightlifting team at Oregon State. I know Oregon Stater just joined our group. Welcome if you watch this video. And then I was a trainer. I was an in-person trainer at that time. Way back in the day, it was like 2011, I think. And so I did traditional lifting and I was shredded. I was 15% body fat and I looked at it. And I remember looking in the mirror and taking photos. I said, why do I look like this? I train so much. I ride my bike. I'm tracking my macros. Why don't I look better? Fast forward 2017, I discovered the magic of physique shaping. I didn't know that thing existed. And then I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I was like, every woman on the history of the planet will know what this is as much as I can help it. Like, it's just insane. It's so cool. All right. Denise, excuse me. Can you share an example of lifting weight program that you put her on? I'll share verbally an example. Yeah. Excuse me, sorry, I'm just still trying to recover from this cough. Volume is everything for women. For those who work out 5 days a week, not everybody does, but I think Melissa does, but for sure Aletta does. Or actually, I think Aletta's at 4 days now. Anyway, 5 days a week, we do 3 lower body and we do 2 upper body. We had an amazing new client ask a great question, and she said, but I still want to grow my shoulders. I still want to grow my upper body. So will I even be able to maintain my results at 2 days a week upper body? I said, oh, wow. We are going to grow your shoulders and grow your back and grow this beautiful physique at 2 days a week upper body. But you can't do that with lower body. You need more volume. Lower body takes more volume, right? Volume technically is sets times reps times weight, the weight you're lifting. But when I say volume, I'm talking about sets essentially. Okay. To maintain your muscle, about 12 sets per week. Unfortunately, when you do legs twice a week, or when you do lower body twice a week, you can't get enough volume for them to grow or shape. When women don't understand physique shaping, how could you ever create a physique shaping program? You can't. I've done it. I created programs before I knew what this was. Did the clients have amazing transformation? Sure. Nothing like with physique shaping. Nothing like it, naturally, right? So it's so much to share, Denise. It's like asking a brain surgeon, tell me really quick how to perform it. Let me do it by myself. You know what I mean? Like, so we have a lot of video resources. Our body recomp masterclass, we talked about it. Shelby talked about it. February of 2023 or February 2022, I did a whole hour-long masterclass just on physique shaping. Let me know if you want that. I'm happy to send it to you. But it's, you have to be really specific about what muscles you're targeting, how much volume on each muscle. But it's like, you can't grow your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings all at the same time. ish, because there's not enough time in the day and your muscles also need to recover. So maybe for a 4-week phase, we're focusing on the lateral delt, right, which makes this like nice like shape in your shoulders and your upper glute. But then the next 4 weeks, we're focusing on your mid glute and your rear delt. Maybe the next 4 weeks, we're focusing on your hamstring pod and your mid back. Maybe the next 4 weeks, we're focusing on creating that beautiful hourglass shape. How do you do that? Grow your lats, ladies, and your shoulders. Grow your lats and your shoulders. Get on the right macros to tighten up that waist, grow your booty, and grow your legs, right? It's not about training your waist a little bit. It's about the shape, the lats, the shoulders, right? The upper body. So many women, and I've made this mistake, don't train their shoulders enough. And so they're like, I wish my arm looked more toned. Don't do more arms. Do more shoulder. In a lot of back exercises, in a lot of chest exercises, in a lot of leg exercises, like a deadlift. Your arms are a secondary mover in a chin-up. Are your biceps working? Hell yeah, they are. If your biceps are working with enough volume, will they grow? Absolutely. So do we need to sit there and have a bicep and tricep day? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We do not. No, ma'am. Never, ever, ever, ever. Except one time I did a tricep long head day. Long story on that one. Focus on your shoulders. Focus on your back. You can add arms, but you don't need an arm day because your physique will not develop in the way that you really want it to, honestly. I know Denise, this is like not super specific. There's so much information. There's like variation of exercise selection. There's tempo, there's rest, there's different rep schemes, things like that. So I'll leave you with the fact of you have to be extraordinarily strategic on volume over a year, right? We change our clients' workouts every single 4 weeks for most of them, like 95% of them. Every 4 weeks, they get a new program because it's a new focus because we need to keep changing and growing their muscles, right? Okay, let me stop there. Send me a message. We chat more, okay? Okay. Tiffany, are most of these ladies you've shown under eating prior to joining or not eating the right macros? I would say truly women who are under eating is like almost none. Do probably over half of them think they're under eating? Yeah. But then they're actually not. It's like so many women think they are, but you're actually not. If you really like buckled down and tracked your macros and weighed and truly understood what you were eating, most women are actually not under eating. We've had a few women truly be under eating when they came in, and what we did was we put them through a reverse diet. We got them in maintenance until their metabolic health was like firing and on point. Then we put them in a deficit, cut all the fat off, and then brought them back into the reverse diet and then into maintenance. Arletta, the girl that I was showing, this girl, I think she was eating like 2,300 calories when she came to us. And I don't remember exactly what she was eating on the right, but I know we got her up to almost 2,500 calories, which was so cool. I love when ladies can eat a lot and be shredded, because how amazing is it for your quality of life, for being able to go out, and also for energy, for muscle growth, right? Things like that. Yeah, good question. Good question. It's really few and far between that women are truly under eating. Oh, I eat 1,200 calories. Okay, cool. Let's track your macros for like a week, weigh everything, and let's see what you're actually eating. Oh my gosh, I'm actually eating like 1,950. I know, isn't that crazy? Right? That's usually what happens. No shame, right? We don't know what we don't know. But many programs out there, they will not put clients right into a fat loss phase. They'll put them in metabolic priming, which means they always reverse diet. What I have found, and what we do very differently, even in a coaching program I was in, I think I was the only company that didn't do that, because what I have found is women aren't truly under eating, and I want to get them comfortable as fast as humanly possible, and protect their body. Always, you guys, we always protect health, we always protect longevity, we always protect wellness. But yeah, usually women aren't actually under eating. If you're gaining weight in a deficit, you're not really in a deficit. Remember that. I did a whole video on that. Okay, ladies, let me quit chatting. Let me actually show you one more. Because obviously you find it interesting, which I love. I do too. This is Katie. And she was barely tracking macros here. Literally the only thing that changed was her workouts. On the left is Pilates, on the right is physique shaping. She didn't change hardly anything to her nutrition. Not tracking, in maintenance calories. Look at her shoulders, you guys. Look at the difference in confidence in that woman. She's a plastic surgeon on her feet all day long. Busy, busy, busy. No time to eat. You say, Katie, you gotta have some stuff at your desk. Let's figure out how to get you more food. Still, barely changed your eating. Look at that. Physique shaping. That's only 26 weeks. Oh yeah, and she was only working out 3 times per week. You guys, isn't that crazy? Physique shaping is magic. I'll never in my whole life ever do anything else. One more. Let me show you Carla. Let me find her. Carla was working with an in-person trainer, and she was tracking her macros literally every single day, and she was doing HIIT training, and she was stuck for 1.5 to 2 years, plateaued. Couldn't have any change. Literally the left. She was working with an in-person trainer, doing HIIT training, tracking her macros every day. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I said, Carla, you need the right macros. You need physique shaping. She's like, no, I don't believe you. Over and over and over. She's like, no, I don't think so. And finally, she was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just going to enroll. In 26 weeks, she lost 27 pounds, reversed her up to maintenance for the first time in her adult life. She's 56 years old. Isn't that incredible? What was the difference? The right macros, the right habits, physique shaping. It's life-changing. It's life-changing. It's so cool. It's not your body. It's just a plan, okay? Thank you guys for being here with me today. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful you're here. Any questions you have, shoot me a message, comment, whatever you want. I'm here to serve you. Now that I'm finally moved, which I have no artwork up yet, but I'll get it up. But now that I'm finally moved and my kids in school, I'll be able to do more fresh lives for you guys. So I'll do them as much as I can. So hope you guys have an amazing day, and let me know any questions you have, okay? See you later.